Many people in the water industry don't know about this problem, which is absolutely crazy, because what I'm about to tell you could make the difference between hitting and missing your leakage, your revenue, and security of supply index targets. And it's all about these. No, not little monopoly plastic hotels. I'm talking about large commercial properties. Now, anyone who's ever landed on Park Lane or Mayfair with a hotel on it knows the impact that just one large commercial property can have. And here's a little known fact about these properties. While you're working hard to drive leakage down, some of your large commercial properties are pushing it back up. You know, reducing leakage is hard enough as it is without all of these problem properties working against you. And it's not only your leakage that suffers. Your revenue, profit and cash flow all take a hit. Now, they're lower than they should be, and that is often by millions. Your security of supply is weakened, your DMAs are less operable, and your leakage targeting, well, it's just nothing like as good as it could be. And what I'm about to tell you, well, it's not going to solve all your problems, but it will give you extra benefits in addition to everything else that you're already doing. And those extra benefits might get you across the finish line rather than falling short. So, what are these problem properties? About 1 in 50 of your large commercial properties has a build consumption that isn't representative of their actual consumption. There are two distinct issues that are happening here, the opposite ends of the scale. The first is revenue leakage, where a property uses more water than is actually billed. So, for example, it might have an unbilled supply, a bypassed meter, or a faulty meter. Second, commercial properties with large leaks. So this is where a property consumes a lot more than it actually needs. There's a large leak, or maybe water is being wasted. These are absolute pigs to find, and that's because no two commercial properties are the same. A complex mixture of facilities and demand means highly variable usage patterns. If a household has a metered consumption of, well, say 20 cubic meters a day, well, it's either Buckingham Palace or they've got a leak. But if a bus depot, or say an ice rink or a youth hostel has a metered consumption of 20 cubic meters a day, well, how do you know if the metered consumption is too high, too low, or just right? And that's why these problem properties exist. They hide in your billing system and they're incredibly hard to spot. Now, all companies have them, and yours is going to be no different. These properties exist in America, Australia, New Zealand, and of course right here in the UK. They exist at small, medium, and large water companies. And I absolutely guarantee that you're going to have some as well. Like burst mains on your network, they're unavoidable, and they'll continue to hold you back. So the question is, how do you find them? Here's the secret to systematically detecting your problem properties, broken down into 9 simple steps. Step 1, identify the best sectors. Identify sectors that consume lots of water. Now, some are obvious, like hotels, swimming pools, and golf courses, and some are not so obvious, like concrete batching plants, data centers, and electroplaters. Step 2, identify usage components. So identify all the usage components for each property. Now again, some of these are obvious, like showers, toilets, and basins, and some are not so obvious, like cooling towers, reverse osmosis plants, and laundry batch washers. Step 3, calculate the demand. Answer lots of these sorts of questions. How many buses are being washed at my local bus depot? How much water is the dialysis unit at my local hospital using? How frequently is the jacuzzi backwashed at my local pool? Build equations off the back of your answers. Step 4, build a database. Collect lots and lots and lots of data for every property in your sector. Then merge it all together and remove duplicates. Now you'll have a comprehensive database containing thousands of properties with a highly accurate and unique assessment of usage for each property. Step 5, merge with metered consumption. Grab the metered consumption figure for each property from your leakage system. Step 6, identify outliers. Combine and compare the assessed and actual property use in your database. Now, we call this a consumption audit. The majority of properties get a clean bill of health. Some properties will have a metered consumption that's too high or too low when compared against your assessed consumption. Step 7, visit outliers. Pass the outliers to your field teams. They're going to go to site with a reason and purpose to understand the gap in consumption. They need to prove what's causing the revenue leakage issues. They need to pinpoint the large leaks at commercial properties. Step 8. Resolve the issues. Get the issues resolved. Register unbilled meters and fix the leaks. Step 9? Well, step 9 is just enjoy the rewards. See your leakage come down, your revenue go up, and your security of supply index strengthened. Now, if this sounds like a lot of work, well, there is, of course, an easier option. You could just ask us to do it. Using our 20 years of experience, we'll find out straight away how much we can realistically find for you. All we need to get going is a simple contract, an ID badge, and a login. We don't need any large data extracts from you with all the cost, the delays, and data security risks that could be involved. Now, in theory, we could actually start doing this for you next week. These problem properties can be the difference between hitting and missing your leakage, revenue, and security of supply index targets. So, give us a call today and we'll start finding them for you.